So in capoeira, we wear the uniform is white. So obviously, at a certain point where white came in, some people say, I've heard some teachers say that certain martial arts started getting really popular. So it was kind of like, people equate that sometimes to the entrance of, or influences from maybe karate or kung fu and so forth. And also it was like discipline, right? When capoeira got academy with Mestre Bimba, there was like a bunch of rules. You have to have a job. You can't smoke. You can't.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's also, and there's some issues there. Some people say that it elevated the art. Some people say it took it out of the community that it was supposed to serve, because a lot of the people that it grew out of didn't have a job. They did smoke. They did, So it's complicated. Depends who you ask. But one of the elements of the discipline was you need to come here clean. And washing stuff by hand, washing whites by hand, that's challenging. As you probably know. So can you speak with, because Mestre Bimba, whoever started this, was an Ogun. He was an initiated drummer of Candomblé. Yeah. So why is it, what is the importance of the color white and wearing white in the tradition, Orixá tradition?
Asho Funfun. White cloth, or white cloth is white energy. So cloth in Yoruba culture is sacred. And Funfun is a sacred color. White is a sacred color. It's also connected to Obatala and many but they say there's many Orixás that carry Funfun, the energy of white. It represents coolness, peace, calm, and a purity of spirit, and seeking to be even soft like the clouds that cover things. Also open to learning. Open to learning. That's why sometimes you will see at some ceremonies where they're burying the elders. The elders will have multicolored strips of cloth because that represents their journey in life. The Ifa says your color, you develop more color in your life, meaning your experience. But white is coming in as something you should be white, open to learning and having a new, clean experience. And also, there are Odus that speak of Obatala not staining his cloth. So it's also a representation of having good character. You don't want to stain your cloth. You don't want to stain your cloth. Sometimes they will say that. Don't stain your cloth. Don't stain your cloth. So this also, you see some of the good priests, they'll tell you, Baba, I can work and not get my cloth dirty. So that's an art. It's an art to be able to do all these rituals with epo, dende, epo, with blood, with mud, and all these things, all these elements, and not get dirty. But it's also a play on your character. Is your character clean? Like Asho Funfun, like white cloth. Is your character clean? Are you a clean person?
Yeah. Wearing white also just gives you a different focus in how you're carrying yourself and how you're walking into the world. So, if someone is newly initiated, you could see them wearing white for a certain amount of time, because it keeps you focused and conscious of how clean you are and how new you are to the world.
Yes.
Where you're sitting, it really makes you conscious of everything. How you're speaking, people treat you differently.
Yes.
So it just really, it changes the ashe of situations when someone in all white walks into a room. You're wondering who they are. The energy around them tends to be more peaceful and calm.
Yes.
And it makes you more focused, and it makes you think about how you're carrying yourself.
Yeah.
And it relates back to your character.
It's like you never see hospitals with dark colors.
Yes.
They're all white for a reason.
Right.
Energetically, they're trying to create something.
Cleanliness.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
Yeah.